It's Kids Corner with Coach Brad Burris.
How you doing? My name is Brad Burris with MLB Bros Kids Corner. Today, I'm super excited to have one of my favorite players on today. Had a 16-year MLB career, three-time All-Star, played over 2,000 MLB games and over 60 postseason games. Played in some major markets, and ultimately a great guy, genuine person. Had a chance to meet Mr. Granderson in Birmingham, Alabama, at a Player Alliance event down there. Saw him in action, giving back to the community. So I wanted to have him on the show today. My main man, Mr. Curtis Grant. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing well. How's everything with you?
Going great, man. No complaints. In DC, like we were saying, kind of hot, a little sweaty, but no complaints, man. How about yourself?
That's it. You know how DC is, especially when that summer starts to roll around. That thickness comes over there for y'all. But hey, everything is good for me. I'm in Chicago, and it's that time of the year where we get some short weather, followed by some winter jacket weather, followed by some rain. And that's where we're at right now. It's raining right now, but I can't complain at all either.
Sounds good. Appreciate it. A couple of questions for you today. Keep it real light, keep it real cool.
Let's
What's
do
your
it.
favorite baseball memory growing up?
My favorite baseball memory growing up, man, there's just so many cool ones. But I'd probably say just getting a chance to start playing official organized baseball. You know, I had friends in the neighborhood that we would play, in the backyard or, throw rocks or throw sticks or throw make whatever ball we had, a tennis ball or racquetball, if we had a baseball or a softball. It was great. And then all of a sudden, here's an opportunity to actually sign up for the local little league team. And I started playing t-ball and got a chance to do that. Got my first, not even a jersey, a t-shirt. Back then it was a t-shirt.
Yeah,
And
yep.
you had your team name on the front. You had your local sponsor on the back. And if you were lucky, you got a number. And, you didn't get to pick the number. They lined you up from shortest to tallest. And then you
Mm,
got your jersey that way. And I was on the Sabres, which was interesting because they named all the t-ball teams after hockey teams for some reason. And we were green. And just one of those cool memories I'll always have. And what was so unique too, my first ever coach was a female.
mm.
So one of the players on our team, his mom was the coach on that team, and just loved the fact that she treated us all just like her son. And it could have gone one way or the other. Like if she would have gave her son preferential treatment and maybe treated us less than, I may have said, Mom, Dad, I don't want to do this anymore. So to Miss Lass, who, God
Uh,
rest her soul, she did an amazing job of just getting us excited and looking forward to coming back out there every day.
Sounds great, man. How do you stay motivated to play baseball, considering there's it's tough sport, it's built on failure. So how did you stay motivated to want to play the game?
It was challenging at times. I mean, being here in Chicago, that's my hometown. And I grew up in the 90s era where Michael Jordan and the Bulls were dominant. And we had basketball players in and throughout the city, the suburbs, the state of Illinois. So if you wanted to be an athlete, you were looking at basketball. And of course,
Right.
we had amazing football, but baseball was still there. We had we have two teams. We have the Cubs and the White Sox. So there was a lot of things pulling and tugging at me as a young player that caught my interest. I bowled, I
Mm.
ran track, I ran cross country, played flag football because my dad wouldn't let me play tackle football. And when I got to high school as a freshman, things started to kind of like, okay, I got to start to separate a few of them just because of time commitment. I don't have the time to do everything like we did at that time. So I would have kept bowling if I could have,
Mm.
but we didn't have a men's bowling team. My
Right.
high
So
school does
you pretty
now,
good
so
then. You can
that
bowl then.
eliminated that. Yeah, I like bowling. I mean, I still
Nice.
got some trophies at the house to
Oh,
this
let's
day,
go with the bowling.
you know? So
Yeah.
I would have bowled if I could have. Um, of course, I liked baseball, and of course, I liked basketball. And then that summer, my freshman summer, I had my high school summer baseball team, my local league summer team. I had my high school basketball team, and then AAU was big. It's like, all right, I got to pick one. And I remember a lot of friends like, man, why you still playing baseball, man? Come to this. Like, we going to this tournament. We going to Orlando. We going here. We playing all the best things and all the big names like the Quentin Richardsons, the Corey Maggettys, the Melvin Eli's, the Antoine Randall L's, like
Woo.
all these players were the basketball players in the area. Leon Smith, who was one of the first high school players, was from here. So I'm like, I know I'm not as good as them, but just to be around them would be amazing.
For
So I
sure.
thought about it. I thought about it long and hard. So it was a tough decision, but I said, you know what? I'm gonna do both of them as long as I can, and stuck with baseball in the midst of all that, and ended up realizing that baseball was the sport I was best at. Although mentally I thought I was a better basketball player, but that was part of it. And you had failures. I finally got sore for the first time. My arm started to hurt because we were playing a lot of games. I was like, "What's this?" And I just couldn't continue to keep battling through it. And I think I was fortunate again with the friendships on my teams. I was really cool with a lot of those players. I'm still still friends with most of all of them now to this day. And then my coaching staff. I just got a message from my high school assistant varsity coach a couple days ago. So that's again just the relationship that I was able to develop throughout that time. I think that kept me motivated, kept me excited, and kept me into the game.
Good deal. What is some advice you would give to a young black baseball player right now?
I'd say to a young black baseball player right now, there's definitely going to be challenges and difficulties, but you're not alone. I think in this space, and I'm going to kind of put myself there, right? Like I'm
Sure.
44 years old right now.
We're the same
When I
age.
get,
Woo-hoo.
right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
you and I are similar, right? So
Yep.
if you think about when we were in high school, when we were 14 to 18 years old, certain things that exist now didn't exist back then, but some of the challenges are still the same.
For sure.
So, as a 14-year-old to 18-year-old high school player, even younger, little league age and stuff like that, those challenges that we were dealing with back then, we either had to go to our peers, our parents, neighbors, potentially a coach. Like I said, I was fortunate to have some really good coaches there that just not necessarily were like, hey, I'm going to teach you how to be the best baseball player, but just were supportive.
Right.
Uh, so that was key. Fast forward, here we are now in 2025. There's things that are available now that we didn't have then, that if I were to look at myself back then, say, okay, let me utilize some of this stuff now. And social media is a huge part of it. Like,
Sure.
you'll be amazed at if you have a problem or if you have an issue or you're going through something, if you reach out to whoever it happens to be. Take, for example, let's use Mark Cuban, for example. I'm just going to use
Hmm.
him as an example. Mark
Sure.
Cuban has always stated on his platforms, you can email me, you can tweet me, you can do all this. Now, at first I was like, man, maybe he's just talking about it. And I like the show Shark Tank. I was like, let me see. So I just sent him a tweet real quick and boom, he responded back. I was like, all right. And then I've also noticed that with young players, they'll message me and I'll respond back. And their first response will be, I didn't think you were going to respond back. I mean, we live on this thing so much that you'll be surprised if you reach out to someone that may have gone through the situation that you were in, that is from the neighborhood you're from, or from the area, or played in the league or a team, or is going through something similar to you. Maybe they're left-handed, you're left-handed. Maybe you play short, they play short. And you'll be surprised how many people will respond back and provide some guidance and let you know you're not alone, and let you know that this isn't the first time this has happened, that they went through it. This is how they got through it. So those would be some of the things that I would advise the current young players is utilize the stuff that's available for you. You are the best at being on technology because you grew up in it. So don't be afraid to reach out and ask.
MLBBro.com, covering black and brown major leagues.